Yeah,
So, I mean, to be honest, I'd say it needs to be a percent. I mean, granted, I
No,
mean,
you ain't gonna get that vote here. If we eat the 0.7%, will that affect your 2019 plan of having your reserves?
it may. It just depends on cash flow. It may be $38,000 less in the reserve fund in October.
yeah, but didn't when we talked about this originally, it was 11% or whatever it was,
It was
and
11.3
then
was
we
the
ended up
original.
getting this the true figure. But it was originally discussed as a one-time deal, a one-year deal of 11% at the time, which now is 9.9%. And when we discussed it here in this budget, we said that it was a one-year deal, that we had an influx, or we actually got a rate reduction. And then so everybody said, well, here we can do as a one-time windfall. We can actually do this 1 year, and we could get a lot paid off, and so now we're not standing behind. I mean, and I'm not.
Well, some of that money is, where we had people wanting to contribute to the rescue squad and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where some of it came. I understand what you're saying. I don't remember this. I don't remember making any promises of cutting the rates. I thought this was a once in a lifetime chance for us to start putting depreciation money aside without having to raise the rates.
Correct.
That's what I thought it was. So yes, you are putting more revenue.
I think the one time that you're talking about wasn't a 1 year, it was a one opportunity.
Right.
That this opportunity has come along was to recoup some of the money that the previous councils had given away.
Yeah, I mean, we ate a $95,000 true up, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So this really.
I'm not looking at those, I'm looking at the 6% increases we got, and we increased 3%, where we kept taking.
Well, the best thing we've ever done is say that we passed through whatever increase the company.
Well, here's my problem.
My point is the previous council, I mean, not just way back, were failing to pass along increases.
No, that started in 10. I mean, we had, on my watch, we had up to $750,000 transfer in lieu of taxes. I mean, I can pull the budget out and show it to you. It just started deteriorating.
Because they gave it
Well, I
away.
gave it away. I mean, when you take a $95,000 hit, and you absorb 3% or 4% numerous times. So here's where I am, Mr. Nash. According to the calculations, it's possible that we could have a 1.1% gateway there, that money is not spent. But
Call it a 2% decrease.
so my thing is let's just go in there and say we're going to eat the 0.7, and then if it goes up to the rates 1.1, we'll eat that. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do a 1% because
It's not about money when it comes to me. It's all about principle, and I'll go along with that. Just because it shows that we're putting forth good effort
Right.
to give back to.
But there's no giving back that 6%.
No.
That 6% it was from. I don't mean to be ugly, but this council was derelict in their responsibility of funding
trust me.
depreciation, buying trucks instead of
You can ask
borrowing.
Philip. I've never talked about taking the whole 6% and giving it back.
Well,
No.
that ship sailed.
No,
We've spent the money.
The most I'd ever told Philip was 1.5%, 2%, and to see what we can do. I mean, so no, I'll go with that. Yes.
All right. Do we need to vote on this? Or are you common consent? Are you okay with eating the 0.7? All right,
Taking
done
the
deal.
0.7 and just making it flat.
That's right. No increase in electric. Okay.
Well,
Approximately 27,
When did they actually give us drop down figures?
Right at the budget.
1
The day
June.
before?
1 June. They were obligated by contract 1 June or sooner. So any time between now we have a VEMA meeting tomorrow morning. I dare say we're not going to have it, but that's the last VEMA meeting before they're obligated to provide it to us.
All right, so here's what I'd like for us to do by common consent. We'll give the finance team the leeway of eating 1.1%. Okay? Is that all right with you, Mr. McCure?
And that could still,
All right.
we may still see an increase simply because of fuel adjustment.
Fuel adjustment is
Fuel
already in.
adjustment. That's a strict
Yeah, I know
pass-through,
that,
so.
yeah.
That went into effect last month's bill, or the bill that we received a couple days ago already has.
So
And
we'll
my
start
brief
seeing-
calculation, I told Jennifer, I think you're gonna be a 180 or a 190 utility bill, because it's a shoulder month or a bench month, It's one of the lower months of the year. And I think in part it was over 209 this month for the usage in April, and in part because I think the fuel adjustment went up.
Well, April was like early March.
Yeah.
I mean, sheesh. But anyway, so common consent will give them up to the 1.1 that we had left over. If you don't, anything less than that, you just strictly, you'll take care of it.
So we adjust it by making it flat, or do we reduce it by a percent?
Flat,
Flat.
up to 1.1.
Correct.
Yeah, until you get your VEMA number, if it's 1.0, then we'll eat the 1.0,
You good, Jim? You understand?
okay?
All right. We have a half of a digger truck. Dan is expecting to buy a new bigger digger truck in the next few years. That one was purchased when I was here, and we're proposing to set aside half of that digger truck. Okay? His estimated cost is $180,000, so we're proposing to fund it over the course of the next 2 fiscal years by contributing to ourselves, so we don't have to lease. We don't have to go to USDA. We pay cash for the thing.
Sounds good to me.
Weatherization, we're proposing to increase from $25,000 to $50,000 this year in weatherization.
Is there not down in what we've done, but I'd like to reach, granted, we don't have but so much funds, but is there a cap we should put on a certain house?
It's $10,000. There is a cap. Problem is, we get in the house and take the
And there's a lot more to it.
floors out, and we go, holy smokes, there's no floor here. So
Yeah.
it gets to be more.
So you
Weatherization's
kind of
intended
have to,
to put insulation,
Fix windows
fix windows, effective thermostats, all the.
and not rebuild houses.
Well, unfortunately, what happened, and I guess it's fortunate,
oh no,
God bless these
it
folks that we
benefits,
fixed it
yes,
out.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
but I just want to be
10
able
wins
to,
to 20, pretty dang going quick.
yeah, I just want the maximum amount of people to be helped or have aid instead of 2 people or whatever.
Well, would you rather help 2 people 100% or 5 halfway do it? That's the way I look at it, so,
I don't think a good practice
Yeah.
to put insulation in the ceiling and the roof leak.
yeah, I mean,
I understand.
But there was project creep on that one. Blessedly, we learned a little lesson, but also the houses that we fixed were bad ones. And it was paid for with program income. There was no town money put into those
But
3
your
houses.
program income is pretty much depleted,
We're
correct?
getting about $10,000. I
Yeah,
think
but
if she
but it-
reconciles it,
It replenishes itself slowly now.
Very slowly, yeah.
would $5,000 a quarter be accurate, Jennifer, for reconciling program income?
Yes.
5,000 a quarter. And I think we're at 7,000 or
Well,
thereabouts.
I'd like to ask one question. Part of this revitalization money comes from the money that people who have had weatherization or buy stuff,
All of that program income.
right, put in, but there's so many of them that make payments of $25 a month. Now, is this a realistic figure in this day and time, $25?
Yeah, it's based on a federal ability to pay calculation. They take their income, they take their bills, mortgage payment, household costs, insurance, all those kind of things, and it's not done on a.
It's
Well,
not the town doing it, this is.
we take a calculator. Southside Outreach takes a calculation, total income, and then factors in their expenses, and this is what's left, and this is what their net income is. Okay, and they base it on. Some people pay $300 a month.
But there's
Some people pay
$25 a
25.
month, doesn't tote to note.
Yeah,
Mr. Moncur,
They don't do a lot.
Mr. Moncur, if you will, I would ask you to praise the lucky stars that you don't have to make the calculation. Okay? You got somebody else doing it. I certainly don't want to be in a position to tell somebody, I don't have to tell a constituent what he owes the town. So that's the way I look at it. But both your questions are great questions, okay? But that's the way I look at it.
We have $4,500 in it right now. That does not reflect the last quarter of the year. She reconciles quarters?
Yes.
Am I saying that correct?
Okay? What else you got?
All right,
So your increase of 25, we have how much now that we already,
25, and we're asking to double that to 50
50 annually to put in the fund.
in the fund. Doesn't mean spend it. It just means contribution of 50. Now, remember, we don't like funds that don't have species backing it, cash backing it. So ultimately, we'll figure out a way and we'll prioritize it with all the things that are in the budget that we need to set money aside. Dan's digger truck, and then ultimately there will be cash. So when we say we got $50,000 or $100,000 in the fund, there's gonna be $100,000 cash in the fund. Not, the auditors say we have $100,000 because it's been in the budget and We're gonna actually contribute
Been there and done
gas.
that.
And then again, back to the water and sewer fund, I think we're selling less water in sewer. I also believe that is in part because this past year, Fort Pickett did an evaluation of their utility system, okay, sewer system. They want to know where are they getting, and you were involved in it, you know the deal. Fort Pickett conducted a study to look at the sewer system as why there is so much inflow and infiltration in the system. I, okay? There may have been some other questions, but the base is, Fort Pickett's bill calculates that I, and they pay for it. So, for example, they may get a bill for 5 million gallons of water usage and 10 million gallons of sewer usage. And I don't think that's unreasonably out of order, okay? It could even be higher in a very wet month. So, I don't think Tom was the first, nor the last, to call me up and say, we didn't have any troops on post, and it didn't rain that much, why is our bill so high? So they conducted a study to try to identify the areas, and they didn't give us specific points, but they gave us areas where I&I is heavy, okay? And it's at the airport area. That's the majority of it. In and around the airport, it was the first and primary area. Now, there are others, trust me, but they're specific, and number one concern was in and around the airport and the properties that the county owns. Pickett Park areas, LRAs, and that sort of thing. They also, in the recommendation that was done between Gecko, Gilmore Environmental, and B&B, who was a consultant that worked with them, they also came back and said the town of Blackstone needs to adjust the water that it's putting into the sewer, because when we back flush our water filters, that water was going directly into the sewer system, and Pickett was paying 100%. That's part of it.
But
Now,
you may see, I mean, like you said, once Fast C comes online,
hopefully we see more.
you'll see an increase. And
Water-
knock on wood, hopefully with some projects that could be coming along in Blackstone, that you may see an increase in usage.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, what we've been seeing is replacing lines. We haven't extended a line to a new industry or a new user. The only real appreciable new user is Fast C, which is a good one, and Arbortech has come onto the sewer recently, and they're a pretty good customer as well. I'd like to see the days when we're paying debt to extend lines for more revenue. All this expense doesn't come with any new revenue, sadly. But we think we're going to sell less water and sewer because of Fast C and the recommendation from B&B and from the Post that the backwash from the water plant that now goes directly into the sewer be reduced from their bill.
So even when
They've been paying
flushing,
100%.
when we were flushing hydrants here in town, Pickett was actually holding the bill for the,
No. Uh-uh.
I didn't know, because whatever we did not meter,
No, we factor in flushing into the calculation. Jennifer, jump in if I'm wrong.
Correct.
We do put a, now it may not be to the gallon.
yeah,
It was something they were doing out at the wastewater treatment plant when they would
gotcha.
back flush or something.
They would use several 100,000 gallons back flushing
Yes.
the filters. And what our filters are sand and carbon. And usually the water trickles through in a gravity fashion. Backwash is pressing it back forward, and it takes any of the silt, any of the
Gotcha.
bacteria.
You sure you weren't
biology.
using Vima's chimpanzee?
Sadly, water and sewer is our future. Because it's the thing that we can grow.
But yeah, we were just talking, or had Aqua 4 or whatever that company wanted to buy it.
Fell apart. I haven't heard anything back from them.
Capital improvement phase of the water sewer treatment is
Oh, massive. These guys have seen, and I think we've talked about, that just the replacement of the water system, $60 million out there. That's just water.
9 million pound elephant out there.
So eventually, I'm gonna have to sit down with you guys and say,
Good luck with that.
we've got to figure out a way to start eating away at that elephant, man. We got to take it a bite at a time.
And I told you what to do. Hire a 3-man crew and put them out there and say, you're lucky, you got a career.
Yeah, I think that's what Larry was proposing. I think Larry was gonna have Andre and a couple other guys and bought that Traco, and all they were gonna do was put in pipe and or replace pipe. Now, we still have that in mind, but we're waiting till Fast C abandons as much, and we're gonna make a
Yeah.
proposal to the post commander
They've
before too
saved
much
us a lot of
longer.
money. Granted, yes, we didn't get all these taps and stuff, but they've saved us in the long run.
'Cause we don't
by
have to
not
fix
having
it.
to fix these lines.
And I do think some of the reason that the water bill is going down, yes, but we don't have all the leaks, and we're not treating the water.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask that they abandon the hospital site as well.
Uh,
A lot of leaking in the hospital site.
all right, what else you got?
Okay. Jennifer, I will give you the podium. I know you are interested in sharing anything that I've missed.
Do you have the budget counter in front of you?
I do.
You do? I did not.
Next is May 21st. Finance Committee will present, which that's next week.
That's at the council meeting.
Okay.
We still have some of, you need to talk to him about the
Yeah, we're
pending,
not-
so we're not, probably not ready to
No.
give the council
No.
a copy of anything.
When do y'all wanna meet again? Here's my
Then it
dates
says-
for Philip.
Then it says May 30th, special call town council meeting in order for the Account and Finance Committee to present to the full council
I
its
think you
balanced
need to
fiscal
get
budget.
the
VEMA.
VEMA money.
Yeah, can we, let's, do you guys agree with moving that to, June the 4th? Well, that's Monday, y'all, how about, June the 5th, Tuesday the 5th?
The special call meeting? Did you wanna present, I mean, like, giving the council a head
You just
time
put, you can
copy
put
of
what
your-
we've got, when you're ready to do the council package, you can put a budget summary. There's
What
no,
we have so far?
yes.
Then-
I really don't think, if, and then I'll offer if they want, I don't wanna kill any more trees than you have to. If they want the revenue and expenditures, then we'll get it to them. But I just would put the summary in there. Like this
okay,
summary
or
is
do you want-
outstanding.
or do you want-
No, this is it right here, it's outstanding. Any changes we made today, like DBI, and,
Statutorily, so you know you've got 1 week of advertising, and then I believe it's 7 days prior to the meeting. Typically, we have a public hearing at the regular scheduled council meeting, and then you come back the last week, because you gotta wait 7 days from the time.
So you got plenty of time. I mean, if you do the 4th, you have until the
Yeah.
18th, you have plenty of
do the
advertising.
5th, let's do the 5th.
Or 5th, yeah.
Okay, so my plan is for you to give council a summary, and then, poll them if any of them wants the full budget, and then we'll ask the mayor to continue the meeting to the 5th, and then we'll provide them with we'll hand deliver a budget on the 4th and meet on the 5th.
Do you want all of us to meet again? prior
Yes,
to
I'd like for us to meet on the 5th. No, council's gonna meet on the 5th. We should meet next week. If y'all got a time y'all can meet next week.
Depends on when you and Philip are gonna meet.
Well, did you see those dates? Any of them good?
You two have to meet.
I'm
up
good,
now.
I'm good next Tuesday.
That's the only,
Got a little crisis going with the kids, excuse me.
All right, what about,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
what have you got on the 23rd? It's a Wednesday.
23rd, I'll be out, but y'all
All right.
can meet if you want.
I'm available 24th and the 25th. Either one of those days.
I could meet early Wednesday, but I leave at 1 for
I
Dr.
prefer it, yeah.
You like the 4 o'clock deal, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's do 4 o'clock on Thursday the 24th, okay?
Okay,
Finance at 4.
yep.
And your biggest things, well, the two things that are left obviously are the salary
Yeah.
increases and then whatever the VEMA rates will be.
Well, VEMA rates we'll know on the 1st
First, yeah.
of June, and then we can put a budget together. To be honest with you, I'd like to do Wednesday the 6th, ask for a council meeting, because that's agreeable date to Mr. Nash and to the mayor. And that gives us a little bit more time. Hopefully, we get the number on Friday the 1st, and y'all can give a budget, and I'll help you deliver 'em.
Yeah, I'd like the whole council to see it.
See
more than
it,
just
I'd
the
like
day
them to
before.
have it, I'd like to have it on the 1st.
Okay.
And they'd have the weekend, and we meet on, and if they can't have it on the 1st, we got a little leeway of delivering it on the 4th and meet on the 6th.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Well,
So when do you want to get together with me? The 24th? The 24th, we're meeting here in finance.
You guys kind of have to meet a little bit prior, so if you make any decisions, I can
Yeah.
adjust salaries.
Well, what have you got? We're meeting with
anything
DBI.
scheduled.
We're meeting with DBI at 3. Can we get together on the 23rd in the morning?
Is that gonna be enough time, Jennifer, for you to be able to,
Not to.
she needs to be able,
I need
if
to
you
be able
do
to run
propose.
Your figures, if you guys are cutting and.
Okay, well, forget finance on the 24th.
That's fine, but can you and Philip meet at the end of this week?
I'm leaving for Pennsylvania Thursday and Friday.
What about like Monday afternoon? Can y'all meet?
I can meet Monday afternoon.
So if
finance-
you guys meet on the 21st.
I can meet Monday at like 10, and we'll get it out of the way.
Yeah, that gives me plenty of time, so we can still do the 24th at 4.
24th, finance at 4.
Yeah.
And then I will email the mayor and ask him to continue the council meeting to the 6th,
Yes.
okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll copy you, Ms. Hardy.
We've got a little crisis in the treasurer's office, if I may. Are we
Okay.
done, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Whitlow?
Just to reiterate, to make sure I have the right number, what was the monthly donation going down?
39,000 annually.
Buyback vote. May I go take care of treasurer problem?
Yes, of course. Anything else, committee?
Yep, can I go back to work?
Beg your
The
pardon?
phone bill is cut, so the 39,000 is just the monthly donation.
Alright.
What was it I was gonna send Taylor?
The idea about accomplished goals from 2018, or the fiscal year.
Will you get a meeting, a cup of coffee with Mr. Quick? If he wants to do it Wednesday between noon and close of business. Okay, after lunch up until 5 o'clock. Yeah, tomorrow will be the only day this week, and then next week I can fit him in anytime. I'll buy y'all's lunch or either, whatever. I'd really like to do it tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I know I can, but I'll make.
Check with him and see what he is and let me know. All right, any other business to come before the committee? Okay,
Thank you for a very productive meeting.
thank you. We're adjourned at 4:36.